I don't know about you, but I absolutely love this time of year. Fall weather, family gatherings, Halloween and dressing up and Halloween candy, especially the Halloween candy. Now, I find it very rude that a lot of dental hygienists and dentists have been accused of hating candy. It's not true. There are a lot of people in our industry that absolutely love candy. I have so many that I love that bring back childhood memories. I can't possibly pick a favorite. But I know how to eat candy in a way that doesn't put me at risk for cavities. Therefore, I feel good about it. And today I'm here to share some of those tips with you. My name is Charlotte and you're watching Burst TV. Okay, so first of all, one of the key strategies to reducing your risk for cavities during this fall Halloween season is to really get to know your mouth or the family members that you happen to take care of. But what does that even mean? Basically what I'm saying is if you know you're prone to cavities, meaning that you've had a lot of dental work in the past, it means you want to be extra vigilant when it comes to eating things that could cause more cavities. Or let's say your brushing and flossing habits really aren't where they need to be, or you have dry mouth, or you take medications, or you have medical conditions. This can get really complicated because so many things come into play when it comes to your risk factors for decay. And here's a fun fact for you. Cavities are not caused by sugar. So no, they're not caused by candy either. Caries or cavities is actually a disease process. And yeah, just like other diseases, this one actually can be passed from person to person. I know, bummer. Essentially, cavities are caused by a disruption in your oral microbiome. Things are out of balance, out of whack. So you get holes in your teeth because of the germs in your mouth, not necessarily the sugar. But here's a really simple formula that you can commit to memory. Germs plus sugar equals acid. Essentially, these germs are going to use sugars as a fuel to create more germs, give off byproducts, and those byproducts cause acid. An acid on a tooth surface equals a hole, being a cavity. So if you work really hard, you can eliminate one of these elements here, thereby disrupting this whole decay process. Eliminate all of your teeth? Nah, we would rather have our teeth. Get rid of all of the sugar in your life? That's no fun. Now you could definitely try to eliminate all the sugar, but that's nearly impossible because even breads and simple carbohydrates are considered fuel for these little bacteria that like to cause acids that therefore cause cavities. Let's annihilate all the germs, which is what a lot of people try to do with all these antiseptic rinses and everything. Now keep in mind, there are good germs and bad germs in our mouths, millions of them that are constantly regenerating and repopulating, and we don't want to annihilate all of them because that would actually be bad for our body. So a better strategy is this: simply reduce your risk by reducing the bacteria in your mouth and reducing the sugar that you intake, and more importantly, reducing the time that you have those two things hanging out with each other. So when it comes to Halloween candies like this, you just want to limit the exposure time. Now I'm going to give you a few tips that have worked for me and my family over the years. Okay, so I think one of the most important things when you have a haul of candy like this is to set a limited amount of time that you have access to this. In our family, it was 1 week. After 1 week, all of this went away mysteriously. And then you come up with a candy plan. It's kind of like meal planning, and it forces everyone to pick their absolute favorites. And the number of pieces of candy that each child or each family member gets is going to be unique to whatever you feel is best for you. But let's just say you've got a 5-year-old and they can count to 5 and they get to pick 5 pieces of candy for each day. So you just write their name, they pick 5 pieces of candy and they put it in this bag, and you'll label this, let's say, Monday. And you go all the way until the next Sunday. They have 7 days to enjoy their favorite snacks. And I know it's kind of sad, it might seem wasteful, but at the end of the week, you get rid of the candy. There are actually dentists out there that have trade-in programs that you can take it to. I'm not sure what these dentists are doing with all that extra candy, but I'll make sure to research that for you. But just agree that you're gonna get rid of the excess and explain to your kids and to yourself that the longer you have this around, the more you're gonna snack on it and the more you're actually putting yourself at risk for having some problems. I'd also give a strong argument that candy should only be eaten during a meal. So if it's lunchtime, that's cool, or maybe just wait until after dinner. Because every time you eat, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes for the pH in your mouth to get back to a normal range. So you don't want to sit and snack on this stuff for 2 or 3 hours at a time. And here's another tip. Before you eat a meal, brush and floss your teeth as best you can. What that does is it removes the plaque biofilm that's on your teeth. If you have fewer germs on your teeth, that means less germs that are going to eat the candy, therefore make acid and potentially cause cavities. You see where I'm going? So I've got some of the most popular candies here, and as I enjoy them, I'm going to explain to you why they might be worse for your teeth than others. Okay, so probably my least favorite, if I had to pick one, would be hard candies. There's two reasons that I don't prefer people eat hard candy, and this is totally coming from a dental professional standpoint, is that most people are just not patient enough to eat these the way they're intended to be eaten. You're supposed to just put them in your mouth, roll them around, enjoy the flavor, and let them last for quite a while. Sweet pops, blow pops, gobstoppers, and then these tear jerkers. Let's try one of these. They're so sour, and I can feel the pH in my mouth is dropping very fast. So if you have a dry mouth, this is a good way to get your saliva going. But other than that, oh, that is extremely sour. Ooh, I'm sweating. These are meant to stay in your mouth for a long period of time. So if you're risk for cavities, I really don't suggest that you use these. Get that out of my mouth. Swish with a little water. By the way, rinsing with water after any meal is a great way to dislodge stuff that's stuck in your teeth and to help get the pH in your mouth back to normal faster. So it's a great teaching opportunity for your kids. Get them in the habit of swishing real hard with water after meals. So now we have the really chewy type of candy, the sugar babies, chewy lemon heads, now and laters, and these chuckles. I've never had chuckles before, so we're gonna try this. A lot of these candies, besides just having the sugar, they have acids in them. They have citric acid, and acids can actually put your teeth at risk for cavities. That's independent of the actual sugar that's in it. So you can imagine these really chewy things get stuck in the pits of your teeth, and they'll stay there for hours. We've got some chewy lemon heads. Oh, those are good. Again, sugar, 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 but also acid. And then sugar babies. Oh, they taste so good. You know, you could actually take a filling or a crown out with these. It happens all the time. So with this kind of thing, you're not supposed to chew on it. You're supposed to treat it kind of like a lollipop. But no one has the patience to do that. They bite on them and then they end up breaking teeth. Now here's a tip for parents. If you have a child that's got a wiggly tooth and you're trying to get rid of it, have them bite onto one of these real slow. Your teeth will sink into it and then open up. Oh, see? Yeah, you can pull a tooth out with that. And here we've got cool things like this. These are actually gum. I'm gonna see how this little eyeball tastes. Oh, that's hard to chew on. So again, all this sugar, all this acid, it just gets stuck in your teeth where the germs are hiding. They have a meal, they poo-poo off some acid, starts damaging your tooth. The good thing is this kind of gum, it gets hard so fast that you'll want to spit it out. Let's switch with more water. All right, now these videos are supposed to help us work together to solve problems, but this is where it gets interesting. I'm gonna ask a question, and in the comments, I want you to answer. Do you love candy corn? Yes or no? I think you're either yes or no. That's it. I don't think there's in between. People either love candy corn or they hate it. As you can see, I love it. In fact, it makes me want to drink a cup of coffee with it. I want to put it in my coffee. All right, kids, when you go to someone's house and someone gives you these raisins, do not be upset. These are actually good for your teeth. It's true. Raisins have natural antioxidants in them that help protect your teeth against cavities. So if you've got your candy for the day plus some raisins, make this the last thing that you eat. And it'll actually help. Oh, I suddenly don't feel good. That leads me to another point. If you have teenagers and you want to give them a little more freedom to decide how much candy they want, tell them they have 2 days to eat as much candy as they want. And I guarantee you, after a few sessions of this, they'll just be done with it. If you are high risk for cavities, or if you're not sure you are, go seek out a dental professional near you and work with them to get a risk assessment done. That way they can provide you with the right tips and tricks, the healthy habits that you need to do, some of the products that are going to work best for you to help reduce your risk for cavities this holiday season. Now, of course, if you're diabetic, you do not want to chow down on this stuff like I just did. Work with your doctor to find sugar-free substitutes. Now, speaking of sugar-free substitutes, there are a ton of sugar-free candies out there that are great alternatives, and I highly encourage you to check them out. I'm going to put some links for those in the description of this video. Many of them use a sugar substitute called xylitol, and xylitol is a naturally sourced sugar substitute that it's really cool how it works. It can actually inhibit the growth of bacteria, therefore reducing your chances of getting a cavity. So definitely check those out. I hope you guys enjoyed this segment as much as I enjoyed creating it. I doubt that. But if you have a favorite Halloween candy, or if you've got some great tips and tricks for how to deal with all this after the candy haul comes in, let us know in the comments. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channels. Make sure to ask questions if you have them. And we will see you next time on Burst TV. Does anyone actually take the time to suck on the lollipop all the way through? I just can't do it. I almost always bite into it.